Welcome, Pathfinders. I'm joined by Lisa Stevens, the CEO of Paizo. I'm going to try to still my beating heart here. So we've been very much enjoying the PaizoCon, and of course, this is your 11th one, I suppose, now. I imagine you've been enjoying it as well?
Absolutely, it's always great to have a chance to come here, see the fans from all over the world coming who are excited about what we're doing, and just getting a chance to. It's great for the whole company actually spend a weekend gaming with everybody, and it charges our batteries for the summer and stuff and the work we need to do.
Well, that's great. And of course, everyone knows that Paizo has been having a great year up until this one with the launch of Starfinder, and a phenomenal year it looks like coming up with the Pathfinder playtest launching at Gen Con.
Yeah.
And of course, Pathfinder 2nd Edition being the big news such as it is. Out of that, I guess what product is it that you have coming up that you are the most excited for getting in the hands of the greedy fan base out there?
Well, I mean, obviously the playtest is a big thing. I mean, the guys have been working on that for like 3 years, so it's a lot of internal secrets, not really letting it out of the cat out of the bag. Now, getting a chance to see everybody have a chance to play the playtest, once August comes around, and though they're actually able to play it in the Delve here and stuff like that, which is cool. I'm really looking forward to seeing the feedback we get, because I think my guys have done a really bang up job. But one thing I've learned in 31 years of being in this industry is that nothing survives contact with a bunch of playtesters, and so I look forward to actually seeing thousands and thousands of groups putting it through its paces and giving the feedback and stuff like that. So I think we'll make a better game out of it by having all that those playtesters. So I'm looking forward to that. So if we're going to throw that aside and pretend like that is not existing, I think the thing I'm most excited about is the adventure path that's launching in August, which is the Return of the Rune Lords.
Yes.
It's something James Jacobs has literally had on his number one on his list of things to do since basically Rise of the Rune Lords in 2007. So it's been
I imagine everything's been planned out this entire time.
I'm sure he has probably planned out again and again and again as new ideas come up and stuff like that. It's also cool that he got to finally do his Sandpoint book. He's been wanting to do that. We've had it on and off the schedule for about 5 years. And he just never had that, because it was something we knew James needed to write. So we needed to find time for James to be able to write it. And so and that's coming out this summer too. And so that's pretty exciting. And it kind of ties up a lot of those storylines that we started off back in 2007. And so I think that's pretty. I'm excited about that, because it's gonna be the big conclusion, the whole Rune Lords thing we started a long time ago.
Okay, I've been asking this question to the Paizo guys I've gotten interviews. I actually got to interview James Jacobs. He did mention he was very excited for that. Out of the products that you have made, and I know this is like asking you to choose favorite child, what have you been most proud of?
At Paizo ever?
Just in your professional career.
Oh, I mean, wow. That's a tough one. I mean, I'd probably have to say Magic the Gathering, because it was such a different type of game. It was never, when the concept was just brand new, and there was so much that we didn't know and so much that we had to learn, and we were a small company with very small resources, and being able to pull that off
It's still a cultural phenomenon now. So.
I know. And it's seriously, I mean, to think about, I mean, it's been, Jesus, it's 25 years this year?
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's 1993, so 25 years,
Yeah.
I think. That's kind of crazy that it's been that long. And it's still strong. And I just, whenever you're able to do something like that, that's just like revolutionizes things, you got to be pretty proud of that.
Oh, I can only imagine. Now, this is one other question that I've been asking, just because I know every PaizoCon you have to listen to people tell you about their characters.
Yeah.
So if, again, picking a favorite child, you had to pick a favorite character that you've made, what would that be? I know you're a big fan of the Pathfinder Online, so that would also apply if that's happens to be your case.
Well, so I mostly GM, so
I'm in the same boat.
so I don't tend to make a lot of characters. So I don't really think about characters.
Do you have a favorite NPC then?
Mm, mm, I don't know. I have to come back to you on that one. I gotta think about that. 31 years of making NPCs and stuff. There was what was his name? Grigori. It wasn't one I made, but one I played in with our Kingmaker campaign.
Mm-hmm.
There's this NPC named Grigori, and Grigori is there to basically stir up trouble for the NPCs in their kingdom, their fledgling kingdom.
He's a bard that comes in.
Yeah, he's a
Yes.
bardic rabble rouser who's out there and basically pointing all the flaws out that the characters had. And I had so much fun playing him. My players hated him so much they banned bards in their kingdom. And but the thing I think it was best about it is because he never lied about anything. He was just pointing out the truth of how badly they were running their kingdom.
That is sometimes what players hate most.
And the fact that he was able to go out there and say those things, it actually made them better rulers in the long term. But they hated that guy, and they couldn't do anything about him because he wasn't breaking the law. He was just telling the truth about what was happening, right? And so they were trying to be lawful and everything. And so it was just the frustration level. I mean, to this day, they still. That's, I have to say, that's the one NPC that they hate the most. And I close second is one just real recently. We're running Starfinder right now,
Mm-hmm.
and in the second adventure, the adventure path, there's this sniper that became a long-running antagonist in the adventure. He was supposed to kind of like come and go, but things just played out where he kind of shadowed the group the whole way and was taunting them and firing shots at them when they were fighting other things, and just so much angst about that sniper. And at the very end, they managed to corner him, and he took he took the kill away from them by blowing himself up and then hurting the rest of the party too, and on top of it. So it was kind of like this really nasty villain that they just that again they're gonna be talking about him for a long time. So those are probably the two that stick into my mind right now.
Well, those both sound extraordinarily memorable, and from all of us Pathfinder fans out there, we would like to thank you and your amazing company for everything that you do, and the literally every weekend of fun that our group manages to get out of it. So thank you for everything.
Thank you.
And yeah, until next time, good luck, Pathfinders.